SCP-682, also known as the hard-to-destroy reptile, is an SCP object and one of the most well-known and dangerous objects in the SCP Foundation's care. It is a Keter-level being and the offspring of the Scarlet King and the Fourth Bride, and is SCP-999's half-brother, all of who we will cover in our later videos. Its powers are regeneration, immortality, superior adaptation, high intelligence, superhuman speed, superhuman strength, superhuman durability, razor-sharp teeth and claws, reality anchoring, hyperdimensionality, and more powers that have possibly not been revealed yet. SCP-682 is an undisputed monster that finds all forms of life, from people to plants, to be so unforgivingly unnatural and disgusting that it stops at nothing to kill absolutely everything it sees. SCP-682 is also extremely intelligent and capable of speech, though it does not converse with the staff members of the SCP Foundation. Despite its malevolence, SCP-682 does seem to have a soft spot for SCP-053, a little girl also contained by the Foundation. SCP-053 causes all who stay near her for more than 10 minutes to spontaneously try and kill her, though they immediately die of a heart attack after their first attempt at harm. On the other hand, SCP-682 becomes docile and calm around 503, so this allows her to pet him and even draw on his hide with crayons before taking a nap together. Once she leaves his side, SCP-682 immediately goes back to its omnicidal tendencies. Specific details about its anatomy are unknown, that it has razor-sharp claws, a mouthful of sharp teeth, scaly skin, and at least 2 eyes. Despite being described as a reptile, SCP-682 is truly an alien beast that is unrelated to any other being in the known universe. It is unknown when or how the Foundation acquired SCP-682, but presumably it happened shortly after the creature attacked the farm. It slaughtered everything on it. When the SCP Foundation arrived and questioned SCP-682, it simply said they were disgusting. During its time at the Foundation, it has escaped containment 6 times and killed hundreds of staff. Several methods were used to kill SCP-682, including using other SCPs to terminate this creature, but nothing worked. SCP-682 is extremely strong, resilient, and relentless in its pursuit of killing every living thing, though it is not completely unstoppable. Because of this, it has been marked for destruction at all costs by the Foundation. Its title of hard-to-destroy reptile is earned by the fact that it can regenerate immediately after being harmed in any way, such as bullets, bombs, fire, and even being bisected by a high-power laser. It is also extremely intelligent and an expert at laying traps. In an attempt to destroy him with extreme heat, he created helium armor to shield himself. When researchers entered the room, he broke apart the armor and shredded several personnel in attendance. Several other SCPs have been used against it as well with varying results, though none have successfully terminated S682. SCP-682 is not only able to regenerate body parts, but it also has a sort of adaptation power, creating new, temporary abilities and new or reconfigured body parts to better counteract whatever danger it faces. For example, when faced with SCP-173, a statue that kills anyone who is not observing it, SCP-682 grew multiple eyes all over one side of its body, allowing it to continually stare at the statue without having to truly blink. These new abilities often disappear after several days. The reason the SCP Foundation refuses to use a nuke on it is out of fear that he will become nuke-proof, and the fact that he survived an attack from a being that destroys things on an atomic level further supports this belief. They also refuse to use certain SCPs against him due to his adaptive abilities. For example, SCP-073 can deflect any attack used against him, and they're afraid he'll gain the ability to do so himself if they encounter each other. One recorded attempt of killing SCP-682 is when the Foundation attempted to kill the SCP via crystallization. At around 4 a.m., SCP-682 was exposed to the injection, and its body began to tear, with SCP-682 requesting several times to know what it was exposed to, with no avail. At 8 a.m., the crystallization begins, spreading slower than usual. And at around 12 p.m., SCP-682 is showing extreme signs of pain, begins to have massive seizures. At 1 p.m., the crystallization stops at 62% completion and explodes, causing massive physical trauma to SCP-682, exploding limbs and organs. At 2 p.m., SCP-682 has fully recovered from the extensive physical damage. Thus far, the only reliable method of containing SCP-682 has been keeping it immersed in strong acid, which eats away at its flesh as fast as it can regenerate.